How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Seen each other.
Yeah,
Actually, you came through the other pod, so we did see each other. But
yeah, that was fun.
we worked with each other.
Yeah, for
It's been
sure.
a while
That's how
since
we
we
met.
worked with each other. That's how we met. Exactly, exactly.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to give the people an insight of your story. You feel me?
Yeah,
I met you. You was a hella cool dude, and I just want to let the people know how cool you are. You feel me? And get an insight of your story. And I'm
thank
sure it's very interesting. Your perspective on life and your upbringing. And let's
you.
get into it. You feel me? So let's start with your name and your age.
33 years old. My birthday's the 4th of July. My name's Roy. I was originally born in upstate New York, but I moved to Venice, California when I was 12. So when people ask me really where I'm from, I feel like my core years are built in Los Angeles and Venice.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I raised.
And where's your family from? Like your parents? Their
My
upbringing?
mom and dad are actually high school sweethearts. They're both from Canarsie, Brooklyn,
Okay.
which is like Pop Smoke, and
Kanasi.
that's how you can reference it currently. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Where is there like your heritage though? Where like
My mom is 100% Italian.
Okay.
She's 50% Sicilian, 50% Nobledon from Naples.
Okay.
And then my dad is Irish and Norwegian.
Okay. You've been to Italy?
I have not been anywhere. I have not traveled outside of the United States other than to Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been to any other countries.
You got your passport?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Just wasn't able to get out.
You ever plan on going?
Yeah, for sure. I want to travel. That's
Sure.
definitely on the bucket list. You know what I mean? I enjoy traveling. I've gone to other states, Austin for like Austin city limits. I go to New York all the time to see family.
Right.
You know, so I've been to other states, but
I'm talking about to see your heritage. Or your
yeah, I'm
people.
trying to go out of the country and
Yeah.
definitely start building that. You know,
Yeah, you got to do that, man.
for sure.
Get them stamps on the passport. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
How was So you grew up here?
Yeah, I grew up here since I was like 11 and a half, 12 years old.
Okay. How was your parents' upbringings? Like the influence on their upbringing?
My mom's good. She always kept like a stable home. You know, for sure, dude. My mom was my rock. Basically, she was a single mother basically her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she did what she could. She takes a lot of pride in what she was able to provide. You know what I mean? There was never a shortage. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
Like I said, my mom and dad are high school sweethearts. So when my dad, he had to take a little vacation for a while. And when he got out, he got in contact with my mom's brother, who was his best friend in childhood. And he respectfully asked her, you know, is it all right if I contact your sister again, blah, blah, blah. And I'll never forget, we lived in a double wide trailer. My mom had you know, like the house phones that had like the extension cords?
Yeah.
Bro, my mom's, that fucking thing was like 150 feet, bro. It was plugged in the kitchen, homie, and she was all the way on the other side of the crib folding laundry, a big ass fucking jump rope going through the goddamn living room.
Throughout the trailer.
Huh?
Throughout the mobile home.
Yeah, throughout the mobile. Yeah. We lived in a double wide trailer. So first it was a trailer, and then it was a double wide trailer. We got we expanded. We upgraded.
Bro, I lived in the mobile home as well.
Yeah. Bro, they're
I grew up in
fucking.
the mobile home.
It's wild, bro.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
It was
It's
a
just
single wide though.
it's like growing up on a football field.
Yeah.
You know, it's just long. There's no depth to it. There's no
Right.
nothing. It's just fucking stacked.
Right. That's hard though.
Sorry for cursing. Sorry.
No,
About that.
no, it's what it is. So,
But yeah, my mom, she provided everything she could. Long story short, my pops got out and he asked her out, started talking to her, and I met him when I was 11 years old. I was coming out of a swimming hole, and there was just this fucking giant 6'6" dude, ponytail, leather jacket, and he's like telling me to come here, you know, and I'm like looking at my boys. It was on my birthday.
right.
I'm like looking at my boys. I'm like, what the fuck? No way.
At 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I see my mom pop out behind him, so I'm like, oh, for sure, boogie on up there. And then that's how like the whole thing happened, where I met him, and it was. I'll put it this way: it was a wild 20 minutes of me and you. It was for sure.
Why you say that?
He was very open-minded. You know what I mean? He didn't think that there was really much that I should be held back from understanding and knowing, so I can make the right choice or the wrong choice. And I learned that, like I said, within the first 15 minutes of knowing him.
Okay.
And it was. My mom tripped out a little bit on it, but that's kind of like where I don't know, where I learned basically like what a man was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You see it in movies, you see it in TV, but if
Right.
you don't have one present in your life,
Right,
you
right,
don't
right,
really,
right.
you don't really understand the gist of it. You know, I was raised by a single mom, so it's a bit different. You know.
Okay. Do you
And
got
then,
any? You got any brothers and sisters?
I had stepbrothers and stepsisters growing up who I still stay in contact with today. Yeah,
On your dad's side, or?
yeah, on my dad's side.
Okay, okay. And you say you still keep in contact with them?
Yeah, I keep in contact with them.
Older or younger?
They're all older than me by a few years. You know what I mean? Not
Okay.
much, just like 3 or 4.
Were they in your life when you were younger, or?
When I was younger, yeah, I grew up. We lived in the country. I grew up in a big house. Fucking, we were riding around on motorcycles, dirt bikes. We were having fun. It was straight country living, you know.
So you had fun when you was a kid.
Yeah, for sure. But like growing from the age of like 5, which I start remembering life, really, to the time I moved to LA, yeah, for sure. I had a ton of fun. Fun that when I came to LA, people like spoke down upon it. But now, 25 years later, 22 years later, I find a lot of people running from LA to go grasp that lifestyle, you know? So it's funny, like you take it for granted. You don't know what you have.
Right.
You know,
so what city did you grow up in?
In upstate New York or in Los Angeles?
Your formative years.
So in upstate New York, I grew up in Greene County, which is like a 30, 40 minutes south of Albany.
Okay.
It's real north, and Albany being the capital of New York.
How old were you?
I was 5 years old when I moved into the trailer with my grandmother. Yeah.
Okay. And like, what was the environment like for you?
Pine cone.
I know that's growing up. That's all you knew, so it's not, you know.
So this is where my curiosity comes in, because growing up, I was more of like a rebel kid, you know. Like me and my brothers and sisters, we listened to rap music.
Okay.
We just kind of like did our own thing. We were in that section of like
who was playing the rap music I was listening to?
My older sister.
Okay.
Because when I was like 5, 6, she was already like 12.
Okay.
And then there's like two in the middle, and then there was me.
What are you guys listening to?
I mean, we were listening to like DMX, Jay-Z, Eminem. You know, it was like the early '90s shit. You know, so it was like everything that was on disc back then. You know.
Right.
And
what was one of the first artists you remember listening to?
The first artist I remember listening to, honestly, is probably Eminem or Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like those are like the two, because you got to understand where I grew up, bro. So this is where I was saying my curiosity comes in. Where I grew up, there was no colored anything.
Right.
It was all white people, shit kickers, jeans cut into shorts, fucking tank tops on or no shirt on.
Yeah.
You'd see them out in the fields mowing. You'd see fucking tractors driving down the street, people with missing teeth. Like, it's redneck. It's not racist. It's fucking redneck.
Right.
To make $25,000, $30,000 a year, you were doing great.
Right.
You know what I mean? My mom made $45,000 a year, and we were like, she was driving an hour to work and an hour back. You know, so like where our curiosity came in was watching everything on, like, say, MTV and stuff like that. We would all gather in the room and we would all watch the shit with our older sister, you know?
Right.
But growing up out there, it was different. You had, you know, it was a lot of rebelled kids, you know what I mean? A lot of culture flying around.
Rebel without a cause?
Yeah, like rebel without a cause, bro. We'd, you know, get on our quads, get on our dirt bikes, we'd go meet in the middle of the woods. Someone would steal weed from their fucking mom or dad, a bottle. We'd all be out there getting shit-faced. Sad part is a lot of people pass away because, you know, you're young and you don't really have fucking confidence or know-how or trust in what you're doing. You're just winging it. A lot of people, you know, actually lost their lives. But, yeah, you know, growing up out there, it was pretty fucking wild. I played sports. I played baseball my whole life.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to age you. Age you. That's what I was going to ask you. When did you realize there was more than your block? You know what I'm saying? Coming up, like, when did you become a man on that?
So, like I said, when I met my pops, that was like where it really transitioned my whole thought, because I watched how my mom reacted to what he showed me. You know what I mean? Right. And so once I knew that was, in a sense, not wrong, but it was just I wasn't at the correct age to maybe know about it. Right. That's when I kind of figured out, like, all right, this he's about to show me some shit. You know what I mean? So I never forget it, bro. I was bad in school. I didn't get good grades. I was smart, you know what I mean? But I just didn't want to be there, bro. It just wasn't my thing, you know? And, I got ADHD. I got ADHD. Yeah, like, I'm fucking, a squirrel walks across this room, I'm like, fucking shoot, you know what I mean? But, so when I was in school, my comprehension was off, you know, shit like that. Just like a troubled fucking out of whack kid. Right. And, So I never really got good grades, but my mom had me sign a contract, right? She's like, we're gonna go on vacation, we're gonna go to LA, we're gonna see how we like it, and if we like it, maybe there's a chance that we may move there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And bro, I'm telling you, where I grew up, well, I'll show you pictures right now.
Right.
It's creek beds running behind your house. It's pine trees and willow trees. There's no sidewalks at all. It's dirt, green grass. It's like fucking Montana. Have you ever watched Yellowstone?
Yeah.
That's where I grew up. But I grew up in upstate New York, so it's not as like luxurious and beautiful and mainstream as like Yellowstone or fucking Whitefish, Montana or Bozeman. It's like still in the cut close to Canada type shit, so nobody really even thinks about it.
But it's all you knew, though.
Bro, that's all I knew. Snowmobiles, dirt bikes, four-wheelers. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I knew. That was basically what was in my blood. Fucking, I'd go in the backyard and build a fucking tree for it in 25 minutes. Like, on some crazy shit, you know? Like, that's what we did as kids type shit.
Okay.
So then my mom's like, yo, sign this contract, get good grades in the 8th grade. I'm going to take you on the 7th grade summer trip to LA.
Okay.
So I signed this contract. I'm like, LA, bro. I see the MTV Awards. I watch Baywatch. I'm like, well, we going to the beach? Like, I've never been to the beach in my life. I grew up on the river.
How old are you at this age?
I'm fucking 11 years old.
Okay.
So I'm like, what? We're going to the beach, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, boom, pack a bag. We're out, you know? So I'm telling everybody in middle school, like, I'm going to California. They're like, yeah, right. I mean, you're going to California? Like, you're fucking crazy.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, watch. So summertime, 7th grade, we jam out. We fucking land in LA. We get our bags. We hop off. I'm in LAX in the terminal outside. Buses going by. I've never seen a bus in my goddamn life.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck? Buses going by. Girls in like tube top bikini tops and jean shorts and sandals. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this. And my mom's like looking at me. Because my mom, I didn't know. But when my mom and dad were together in high school, my grandfather has always lived in LA since he had the kid. He had my dad and my aunt and fucking flew the coop.
So there was some history here.
Yeah. So they're high school sweethearts.
Okay.
So I didn't know this.
I mean, history in LA, I'm saying.
Oh, 100%. So
Yeah.
my grandpa started Happy Madison with Adam Sandler as a transportation coordinator. Yeah.
Okay,
He was
for
like the
sure.
go-to
That's
guy.
what's up.
And so my mom was here before, and I didn't know this. So my mom had a sense of what LA was like when she was like 21, 24 years old. She came out here.
Right.
So she looks at me, I'll never forget, in LAX. She's like, you like it? And I'm like it? Like, I don't ever want to go back. I was there literally outside in LA for 3 minutes, homie, and I told her, like, I'm never going back to New York. And she just started.
Was different. Was the sun out?
The sun was shining. Bro, you got to think, this is 2003.
Bro, the year I graduated is crazy.
This is 2003.
It's crazy.
Where I told you I've been in LA for about 23 years.
Right.
And I got a good sense of a lot. And even the smell of the air in Los Angeles is different, bro. I hopped off that fucking plane, and it smelled like fucking suntan lotion and fucking beach balls, homie. You know what I mean? Like that fresh rubber pool smell. Like, bro, that shit was insane. I hopped off the plane, and I've never been on a plane in my life. I'm like, that was the craziest part to me. I was on a fucking plane, you know what I mean, for the first time. And yeah, bro, I hopped off, and we go to my dad's house, and he lived in Marina Del Rey. Don't get it twisted. I mean, he paid $1,300 or $1,600 for a 2-bedroom apartment in Marina Del Rey until like fucking, I want to say 2015. Like, it was just, the cost of living was way different. I didn't grow up rich. I didn't grow up wealthy. I mean, we had what we needed, but we weren't buying cars and I'd never taken a vacation with my mom until 2 Christmases ago. Right. I took my mom to Hawaii and I took my mom to Tahoe. You know what I mean? But I'd never have ever in my life taken a family vacation, you know? So we got by, but there's other shit involved where it's we weren't meant to go on vacations. You know what I mean? It just wasn't happening.
Nah, I feel you.
So we get to my dad's house. This is how different it was. I played roller hockey. Okay. I mean, so the only thing I had was roller skates. That was the only way I could get around was like inline rollerblades. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I take my rollerblades out my suitcase and I'm like, yo, I'm gone. My mom's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to the beach. She's like, you don't even know where the fuck we're at.
Right.
I'm gone. I mean, I'll find my way. You know what I mean? Boom, I start smashing to the beach. This is where I found out that this is how I found out how to adapt. Some people have to go to prison to figure out how to adapt. I, luckily, by the grace of God, at fucking 12 years old, got to figure out how to adapt. I've never seen a fist fight in my life. I'm 11 years old, bro.
Okay.
No, going on 12. This is I've never seen a fist fight in my life.
Okay.
I get off the plane. I go to my pops'. I put on my blades. I skate to the beach. My dad lived like 3 blocks from the beach. I skate to Venice Beach. I pull up to the skate park, and somebody that I ended up being a dear friend with was beating the dog shit out of somebody over a Discman, over like a Walkman. He like stole his Discman. I heard the whole thing. I got my Discman on me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm very observant. You know what I mean? So I'm like listening to what's going on and seeing what's going on. And I'm like, yo, I've never seen this in my life, bro. Like, this is crazy. I turned around and I fucking just did my own thing for the rest of the day. So now, this whole vacation goes by. We go back to New York. I don't really get good grades. My mom's like threatening me. She's like, yo, look, like,
you break the contract.
Yeah, she's like, we ain't moving to LA, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm already in school telling kids, like, yo, I'm gone, homie.
Capping,
not even knowing if I'm going. I'm just like, yo, I'm gone, bro, for real.
Right.
So everybody's like, yeah, right. Summertime comes. Bags packed. Mom's is ready to go.
Right.
She dips, like maybe in May.
Without you?
Without me. She comes and sets up shop. Boom. Her and my pops.
Okay.
She gets everything ready. She gets me a bedroom set. You know what I mean? Like, they get me everything going like a kid moving into a crib type shit.
Right.
So, we get all set up. I do horrible in school, bro. July comes. They're trying to send me to summer school. Now I'm giving her a headache. She's got to set up summer school for me in LA to like continue. It's just a fucking headache. My mom's already out here. I'm living with my grandma who's sick.
Right.
She's got fucking heart and lung problems. I'm running a fucking muck, stealing cigarettes, stealing weed, stealing her car. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? I'm going crazy, bro. And mind you, all my homies, we live like 10 miles from each other. I grew up in the sticks, bro. You cannot see your neighbor's house. You can't see shit. I grew up riding my dirt bike and fucking four-wheeler and snowmobile to my friends' houses.
Right.
Because it was cheaper than my mom spending her gas money to go drop me off and pick me up. You know? Right. So I come back, bomb school. So now my mom's like, my mom got a job while she was out here. My mom, you know what I mean, set up shop.
Right.
So fucking... Now my mom's like, you're wasting my fucking time, kid. Yeah. She's like, you're going to come out here, you're going to go to school, and you're going to do good.
If she had already planned to actually...
She had this plan for a year. Yeah. When the extension cord was going through the fucking whole trailer, I knew we were going somewhere. This ain't fucking for sure.
Yeah, no, she was prepping you.
So we moved to LA. Boom, we pack all our shit. We leave. My mom bought this double wide trailer for me, her, my grandma, and my grandpa.
Okay.
And we pack up shop. Boom, we come to LA. We moved to LA, 9th grade goes smooth. I'm like, I'm completely different, bro. I moved out here. Like I said, I had blue jeans cut into shorts. I had 3XL t-shirts on with a rat tail haircut. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm a fucking hillbilly out here. Right. And there is none of that out here. You know what I mean? I moved to the heart of Venice.
Not at that time.
So, no, diversity was like not a thing.
Right.
And, so 9th grade was like, it was kind of like a struggle, you know what I mean? People felt me out. I felt people out for sure. Caught vibes, you know what I mean? Did my thing. 9th grade was cool. 10th grade, I want to say like a few months into school, this is where I noticed that LA was a ruthless place, and you gotta stand on your 10 motherfucking toes and not worry about nobody having your back.
Right.
Me and my homie are in the fucking bathroom. We're ditching. It's like 5th period, 6th period, days about to end.
What school is this?
I went to Venice High.
Venice, okay.
And we're in the bathroom, and fucking gunshots, pop, pop, pop. And we're like, what the fuck? We run outside. Dude, smoked right in front of us in a parking lot. Like I knew him too. God rest his soul. You know.
At Venice.
Yeah, Venice High. Yeah. And that's where it was like, yo, like this shit's
real.
Yeah, this shit's real. Yeah, I mean, like the shit talking we do at lunch to each other. Some people get offended and come back type shit.
Right.
You fuck somebody's bitch. Somebody might be waiting for you at your whip type shit. You know what I mean? Like this is where I learned. Like you better stand 10 toes down, or you if you ain't eating, you're gonna get ate type shit. You know what I mean?
Not that it matters, but was this homeboy black?
No, he was Mexican. I don't want to say anything else about. I mean, they did their time, but
right.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
But yeah,
I'm talking about the old boy you was with.
Oh no, my homie. Yeah, he was Mexican white, but the dude that got smoked, he was Mexican. He wasn't like my homie. I knew him from around high school. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, that was unfortunate.
And at Venice, what was your crew like? Who was you hanging out with?
This is the crazy part. So I grew up.
I want the people to know where you get this urban side.
So check it out. So my ninth grade year, right? Check this out. My ninth grade year, I walked into high school.
Yeah.
There was, between 9th and 12th grade, there was probably 4,800 students at that time, 4,000 students. Yeah. There was a lot of fucking kids there, bro. And I was one of like, I want to say 18 to 25 white kids. And now you got to understand, not every white kid's personality is the same. So not everybody's personality is. This has nothing to do with being white. Right. But not everybody's personality is the same. So you have, say, 20, 25 of us. You got a quarter of us. But we're not all the same people. Right. So you got 2 hanging out here. You got 3 hanging out here. You got 1 fucking drifting off at lunch to fucking go different do whatever.
Different people, different upbringing.
Yeah, I mean? So I played baseball. I played football. I played a lot of sports. You know what I mean? And so I gravitated towards, like you said, the urban community. I grew up listening to hip hop. I mean, my whole family listened to country music and rock and roll. I fucking was the complete opposite, bro. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this shit, you know?
Right.
And so what I would, like I said, I was just like a rebellious fucking.
But what was it that gravitated? Like
what gravitated me was
the
just
beat
like,
or what the fuck,
bro? I don't know. Just being like the outcast, I feel like.
Okay.
Like not accepted, you know what I mean?
Like that.
I kind of meshed, if that makes any sense, I don't know, but like I kind of meshed where it was like the music wasn't accepted, the way they dressed wasn't accepted, all this shit, and everybody to me was like a robot, bro. Everybody I grew up with, like their parents looked the same, dressed the same, talked the same, sound the same.
Rebel without a cause.
Yeah, type shit. Like not even trying, bro. I'm young, but it's just like me, I'm just like, this is what I don't like, so I don't want to do that, like any human would.
Right.
And this is what I gravitate to. This is what I want to do. Like,
right.
So when I moved out here, bro, it was like I played a lot of football. When I moved from New York to here, my coach, Steven Ander, told my mom the next time I see Roy's face is going to be on the cover of ESPN magazine.
Nice.
I moved out here. I played in North Venice Little League. I pitched a no-hitter in an all-star game, and I never played baseball again. I threw my bat bag under my fucking bed, and I started selling weed to the whole football team.
This nigga right here.
That was where I was at. I've always been like I've always figured out a way to make money. I've always figured, in high school you have no worries. You want to worry about your shoes, your clothes,
right.
your white Pro 5, if your collar's drunk or not. You know what I mean? You want to go to lunch. You don't want to eat the frozen bean burritos and get meal tickets type shit. You want to sell the pamphlet. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, I moved to LA.
These kids would never know what the hell a meal ticket is, nigga.
They don't know about a lot, bro. High school, I made more money in high school. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Jesus
I made more money in high school off Costco's, Capri Suns, and mixed candy packs, hot Cheetos. And I'm telling you, bro, right now, my mom used to go to Smart and Final and stack me down, and I used to pay her back.
Easy call.
I'm telling you, like, I sold weed to the whole entire football team. Like, I just figured out a way to make money. I grew up, and there was football players, there was baseball players, there was skateboarders. I skated, and I was not that great at it, so I made money. That's like,
but you was cool with everybody doing that in that sense.
Yeah, but I that's why I never got put on the hood. Right. Like I said, I grew up in Venice.
Right.
There's 2 hoods in Venice. I grew up with both sides of them. You know what I mean? I have respect for both sides of them.
Right.
A lot of people, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, we have love and hate for each other. But a lot of them are my good friends, dear friends. I'll do anything for them, and they would do anything for me.
Do you ever get offended when people assume, like, you're trying to be black or act, you know what I'm saying?
To me, those people don't even know what it's like. To me, those people have never grown up in a community of struggle. They have never grown up in a community of where the community is real love.
Right.
Like, I grew up going to the Massey household since I'm 12 years old. Every Thanksgiving, every Mother's Day, every Christmas. I have never missed one religiously. The Munoz house, my boy Scoot, I've gone to his house every single year. Maybe the only times I missed is when he was down in prison, you know what I mean? So it was like and still when he was in prison, I was in rehab. I went into a halfway house, and I would jog by in the mornings, and if I saw his mom or like his sister, I would just break my ears, money, give him my regards, you know what I mean? Like
respect.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to understand, bro. It's like it's do or die, bro. It's like I've never been to prison, but I can only understand when you step inside, it's like you can't run your own program. Nobody's bigger than the program. And when you're outnumbered, you got to adapt. And that's what it is, bro. I was not in my sense. I was not in my realm. I was not comfortable. So I adapted. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. It was just, like I said, 9th grade was a struggle because it was like just getting by, people feeling me out, feeling them out. 10th grade was like, yo, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, Like, my mom never wanted to get me a cell phone. I asked her for a fucking 2 years. I was robbing people for sidekicks at Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Like, bro, the Boost i860 or the i830 chirp with the fucking button on the side. Like, bro, pissing the teachers off in class, talking to whoever. Like, this shit was, bro, the fucking D-Wade sidekicks. I had like 30 of them bitches.
Did you ever play any high school sports?
Excuse me. I was on the football team. I was on the baseball team, but I never played. No, like I said, I was.
This nigga said I was on the team.
I made it to about
played.
fourth period every day, and then I was out selling ounces of weed and going to the beach and doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Doing your thing.
I wasn't trying to sit at school. I went to night school.
Okay.
Then I went to Phoenix, and the woman that kicked me out of Venice High, she ended up fucking transferring that year and being the principal at Phoenix. And she kept me the whole entire year. I didn't do no work, bro. I'd leave. I'd buy the whole fucking school breakfast burritos off the taco truck, and I would dip. Like, I like to give back, bro. I'm like, I don't need anybody. You know what I mean? I fuck you guys type shit. But I was young and arrogant in school.
Go ahead.
No. So I got kicked out. She was the principal of Phoenix. She waited the whole entire year. The day before graduation, bro. This is the day before graduation. She tells me, you don't have enough credits to graduate.
Okay.
I fucking lost it. I walked out. Boom. I didn't go to school for like a year and a half. And then my mom was like, yo, check it out. You got to fucking.
You got to finish.
You got to do what you got to do because you need to get a job. You're about to be 18, 19. Like, my dad's already kind of tripping. Like, if he wants to do. My dad, bro, was weird. My dad wouldn't let me bring chicks in the house. But when he went to sleep, my mom would let me fucking do whatever I wanted to. She's like, just fucking shut the fuck up, shut your door. And you know what I mean?
Right.
My mom was like my rider, bro. I told you, like, me and my mom, I was in the car seat in the car, and she was the driver, homie, and we did this our whole life. You know what I mean? My mom was like my lawyer,
right.
My mom, my fucking accountant, my best friend, my worst friend. Like, we fucking, you know what I mean?
So you got kicked out of when?
I left at like 19 years old.
Okay.
And I met this chick. We moved to the Palisades. We lived on Sunset.
That's it.
Yeah, that shit was wild. She was a little bit older. I was doing my thing. I was making money. You know what I mean? It wasn't really like an issue for me. I was, like I said, I was young and arrogant. But I was growing up. I was learning.
College was not in the plans.
Fuck no. I didn't go to college. I didn't even graduate high school until I was like 20, 19. Some shit like that.
Did you ever get your...
I got my GED plus, my good enough diploma.
This fucking...
Nah, fuck that thing, dude. You know what? This is what I think. Education is in a book for a reason, and nothing's ever changed. And the way we live in society, shit's changing every day.
Right.
Like, I'm not hating on education. I'm not saying if you want to be a doctor, you don't have to go to school, or you want to be a lawyer, you ain't got to take the bar exam. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But I'm saying if you don't know what you want to do, when you graduate college, if it's not something like that, they're only looking at your dedication. I didn't dedicate my time to schoolwork because I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do, and that's where I led myself. Sadly, I mean, I wish I did, but you know what? I wouldn't change nothing for the world.
But you was trying to get money though. As soon as you saw the hustle, like,
bro, I did.
You was just trying to get to the bag.
I was the freshest kid in high school. I was the only white kid dressing like me. I had black girls braiding my hair in school, putting me to sleep.
Braiding my hair.
But I had long ass Justin Bieber hair. You can't believe it now,
bro. Shut the fuck up, bro.
I ain't lying. Shout out to Shanice.
Shout out Shanice.
Oh my dog. Yeah, not for real.
So what inspired the hustle, man? Like, what you think inspired your hustle?
Knowing that I could get it, and I knew my way around not getting attention put on me for unnecessary reasons. Sadly, learning from other people's mistakes, but you know what? They were going to make those choices anyway. Respect. You know what I mean? And I look at it as a perspective. If you're not going to do it, someone's going to do it. You know what I mean? I've limited my chances. I haven't, you know what I mean? I've stepped into different games, legal games, you know what I mean? Opened up LLCs. I have a full-time job. I don't worry about making money on the side anymore. Right. But when I was never greedy. I never put myself in a position to lose a lot of freedom. I always just kept it kind of kosher. Like, you know what I mean? I sold a lot of weed. So what?
You you married? You got kids?
Nah, I've no marriage, no kids.
Why not?
I just I didn't want to dedicate my time to that growing up. I didn't want to be selfish, and I didn't want to be, out of character.
You didn't want to be selfish, or you wanted to be selfish?
I didn't want to be selfish. I didn't want to have a kid and then not give time to it. You know what I mean? Or just, you know what I mean? It's hard, bro.
Well, I got you.
I'm a lover, bro. I'm a Cancer. You know what I mean? So it's like I want my partner to be my everyday partner. I don't want her to just be my baby mama type shit.
Do you want to get married?
Sure. Yeah, I will. I will for sure get married. I mean, I'm
You
in the
will, or it's
I'm in the
like,
dating scene. I'm doing my
okay,
thing, but
all
like,
right, okay,
you know, it's just yeah, it takes time. There's a lot of fake on the west side of California.
right.
There's a lot of fake in LA, bro. There's a lot of expectations to be met, and
True,
I don't live with expectations anymore. I live with just faith. You know what I mean?
true, true, true.
Everything's gonna be all right, type shit.
So you're growing up, you're doing your thing. You didn't go to college. You're getting money. When did you discover your career?
My career I discovered in 2016.
Okay.
My pops has been like I said, my grandpa was associated with Happy Madison, Adam Sandler's company.
For those that don't know,
Yeah, for those who don't
you want
know,
to pick that up?
what?
That name you dropped right there.
What?
That name you dropped.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I thought I dropped something for real. Yeah, edit that out. So, but yeah, my grandpa, he was a decently known man in the industry. My dad got out of prison, and my dad's relationship with his dad was kind of like, actually, it's nothing like mine and his is. But my dad had no relationship with his dad. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
After he went to prison, his dad contacted him and said, "Look, I'm going to do two things for you. I'm going to get you a job in the studio industry, making great money, and I'm going to get you a little car and a little apartment. I'm going to put you on your feet, and if you don't handle this the right way, don't come crying to me."
After.
I tried. Right. You know what I mean? This was like his fucking initial.
I did my part.
Yep. Yeah. So he gets my pops a little spot in Playa del Rey. My pops just got out from Chino, and fucking he gets him a little car. He gets him a job in the studio department. My pops worked every day, but it was a different type of industry back then. There was a lot of partying and shit like that. And yeah, long story short, my dad had a good career, and he told me when I was 19 years old, he said, "Look, I'm gonna get you in the studio industry. They haven't opened the books, and they just opened them." And I was like arrogant and selfish and fucking retarded. And I told my pops, "No fucking way." I was like, "I don't see you until you turn the TV on Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. to watch football." Yeah. So I'm like resentful towards his career, which is putting food on the table for us. But I'm like, yo, I'd rather be playing basketball with my pops and going and fucking, doing whatever. Right. Like, my pops worked 17, 18 hours a day, bro. He was home after I was asleep and up to go to work before I was up to go to school type shit. You know what I mean? So
But you was looking at the chili or what?
I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm running around. I'm getting money. I'm fucking dogging girls. I'm fucking drinking. I'm getting into every bar. I'm 16, 17 years old, bro. I'm in every single bar in my city. I'm doing my thing. So it's like I'm content with where I'm at, With the responsibilities I had and the money that I was making, shit was adding up for me at the time. So I'm like, no way. Well, the books closed until I was, 33? The books closed until I was 25, 26 years old. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's when I discovered my career. I was homeless, living in my mom's fucking Ford Explorer. I was strung out on dope. I promised my mom, bro. I just told her, like, yo, this is it. Like, I've had enough. You know what I mean? I went and did my little thing, and I just told her I'm done with this lifestyle. It just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, I was choosing those choices to get unloaded and fucked up. I had nothing driving me towards that. Like, I resented towards my pops in his career because he wasn't there. No fucking way. There was, like I said, bars, females, money. It was just a lifestyle, a party, and I just got fucking taken off the wrong track.
Right.
But I made the decision to help myself and get better and better my life, because my mom, she was a single mom, you know what I mean? So it's like she did her time raising me, giving me everything I wanted. She's fucking 45, 55 years old, and I'm making her stress out thinking about where her son's at, dead or alive. Why am I making these choices? Where did she go wrong? She didn't go wrong. I'm the one fucking going wrong. Right. I mean? So,
did you fall into any obstacles dealing with like nepotism in the industry? Getting in?
No, honestly, I didn't. To get in, honestly, bro. Excuse me, my bad. I was a wing. Somebody called me and was like, "Yo, they got into permits."
Who put you on? If you want to shout them
out. I mean, I'd rather not, but shout out to him. You know what I mean?
All right.
And so I called my boy Chris, and I'm like, "Yo, hit your pops up and see if he can get me like just one day."
Okay.
And my boy's like, "Yo, I cast drive. Like, I have no control. Hit up my sister." So I hit up his sister, and she doesn't text me back all day, bro. I hit her up at like 1 PM, and I'm like discouraged. I'm like, fuck, they're never into permits. You know what I mean? And now the one time, my one connect, like. So I'm hella discouraged, and she hits me back at like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, I'm sorry. She's like, I was busy all day. Sorry for the late content.
Of course. Be patient, motherfucker.
What?
No, you're saying you had to be patient.
Yeah, so she hits me up like 10:30, and she's like, sorry, I was at work all day, blah, 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 blah. She's like, can you be at Sunset Gower tomorrow at 4 a.m.?
Right.
And this is at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like 12 blunts deep on that day. Probably drank fucking half a bottle at the beach. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm chilling. I'm living my day. Like, she didn't hit me up all day. My phone is off at like 7:30 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. Like, I'm doing my thing at that time.
You happen to see it or what?
So I fucking, boom, my shit goes off.
Yeah.
I see it and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, bro, I don't know. Some people.
Nigga, the time is now.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
The time is
like,
now.
am I ready to this text message that I'm reading right now out of my two palms is telling me, are you ready to level up and become a man, or do you want to run around like a half-assed little fucking boy? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I looked at that shit, and I looked, and I Irish goodbye to everybody. Phew, gone. You know what I mean? I'm out. 4 a.m., set my shit for 2:30. I'm late my first day.
Ooh.
I called her.
Wait, did your alarm go off?
It went off, but I didn't judge traffic. I didn't do none of that. You know what I mean? So it was like type shit where I think my call was like 5 o'clock. She told me get there 4:30. I lived in the valley. This shit was all the way on Sunset and whatever.
What time did you get there?
So I'm like, there was an accident on the freeway. I don't know if it was like a drunk driver or whatever it was, but there was an accident. Freeway shut down. So everybody's merged into one lane. It took me like 35 minutes to just get from my house to the 405.
Right.
And so I called her and I'm like, look, like my shit keeps going up. It's crawling. I've been stuck on the 101. Like, she's like, bro, I can't believe this. She's giving me a headache. So now I'm like, the whole world wouldn't have. I'm trying to be the nice, happy-go-lucky guy when I pull up too, because it's my first day. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to pass no bad judgment.
Right.
And so I get there. These motherfuckers hid my truck keys under the hood of my car. So they popped the hood of my car. They put my truck keys on a zip tie, and they hid them under my hood. They didn't shut my hood. They just left it to where I could grab the clasp, and they locked my doors with my truck on. As like a new booty, fuck with this dude type. So I get there, I'm late. Now I can't get in my truck. I'm like, the truck's on. I don't know who the fuck moved it, who hooked up the trailer. I'm fucking living. So finally they're like, get the zip tie, blah, blah, blah. I open up the trunk, there's the zip tie. Clip them off, boom. So they're all laughing. But yeah, bro, right then and there when I got Victoria.
How late were you though?
What?
How late were you though?
I was like 15 minutes late. You know what I mean? But still, bro, in our industry, if you're not 30 minutes early, you're fucking 30 minutes late. Exactly. And if you ain't fucking on a first impression, that's the worst thing to possibly do. But thank God, by the grace of God, it was her family and they were cool about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out Victoria, bro, and Chris. They literally put me where I am today. I mean, I'm not the most successful man in the world, but it did help me change my life. You know what I mean?
What is explain to the people what grouping is? You said something about that earlier.
So basically, it's seniority.
Okay.
So you get into the union when they open up the books. You need to get 30 days within a year. Once you get your 30 days, you become a Group 3 or Group 3 for 2 years. After 2 years, you become a Group 2 for 8 years. And a total of 10 years you become a Group 1, and that's when you have full seniority. You get hired first. You can fish for work, basically. You can call people and see if they have work. Right. So there's like little tiers to it, you know what I mean?
So you can't work without those other people working though?
Yeah, like I called the other day, there's 54 people on the books. That means like damn near 54 of them have to get hired before they could go into the next tier grouping.
And which is fine. I mean, what do they call the dirty 30?
Those are people that are dirty, huh? They don't want to rock and roll with the big dogs. They like to sit there, complain, talk about they got to drive a van or they got to do this, that, and the other thing. Who gives a fuck? I mean, you're getting paid $45 an hour to do jack shit. When your boss tells you go wipe the fucking floor, go wipe the goddamn floor. If he tells you to use a toothbrush, I'm gonna use a fucking toothbrush. Have some dignity in yourself. It don't matter. You ain't bigger than the program. Do what you got to do.
But those 30 prevent people.
Those 30 or whatever, it could be 15, it could be 30, it could be 50. Who the fuck knows?
It was.
But when those 30 will, because they'll be the ones who don't want to work, but then they'll complain that they're not getting hired, and there's a 2 getting hired before them. Right. And you got the 2s that do it about 3s that, you know what I mean? It's fucking the way people were fucking raised. Who cares?
You got any interesting stories about the industry that you can tell? You can leave some names out.
I mean, about the
Leave the
industry.
movie
I mean,
out.
just other than like, I'm in
it.
transpo, bro. So it's like you already know you're in crafty. You're moving at like 30-40% more than us, but we
Right.
move at a slow pace. We're like the Marines. I mean, we're the first ones in, the last ones out. You know what I mean? Everybody else is in there getting fucked up. We're just on the sidelines, kind of watching. But we got a hard job until it's like people go home complaining about being tired after 12, 14 hours, but we're there for fucking 18,
Yeah,
19.
for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Was it hard getting adjusted to that like time and that life?
I've always been good with time.
Okay.
I've always been good with time.
Well, not so much the time.
My mom never had to wake me up for middle school, never had to wake me up for high school, and I never had an alarm clock.
I guess I'm talking about the hours though.
No, I've
Hours.
always been good with it. Like I do what I got to do. You know what I mean?
Right,
Those
right.
paychecks, bro. You got to understand when you're just paying rent. I bought my truck cash. You know what I mean? So it was like I had rent. I had a roommate at the time. I was paying like fucking $1,500 a month, and I lived in Marina Del Rey. And I mean, I lived right on the water. Homie, when I got in, I'm like, what the fuck? I see those paychecks. I'm like, I'm single. I don't have a kid.
Yeah.
I ain't got no responsibilities other than what's due for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why the fuck not?
Easy call.
I was working 19 hours a day. From the day I got in, I did 19 hours a day for the first 30 days.
Yeah.
Probably 27 of them.
Yeah.
I literally, homie.
Those days.
On my grandmother's soul, bro.
Yeah.
I called my pops the first paycheck I got because my dad's been in the industry.
Right.
Called my dad. I said, bro, I'm not cashing this. And he's like, why not? I'm like, because they made a huge mistake. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, bro, this shit says like $4,800 in the place where I get paid, like the net too, you know? And he's like, yeah, how many hours did you do? I did like a fucking 101 hours that week. And he was like, well, welcome to the studio industry. But, bro, it's modern day slavery. Yeah, we don't even have to get into that. But it's literally like they don't give a fuck about you, your family. They don't give a fuck about none of that.
I agree.
I mean, if you got a niche and you got rentals and you're doing your thing and you're playing the industry well, yeah, that's great. But you know what? Fuck that shit, bro. You got more potential. People lose faith, lose confidence, lose their wife, their husband, lose their fucking relationship with their kids. All for what? At the end, $1 bill? That's worse than being in the limelight and selling your soul to the fucking Disney or fucking whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, it's real life, bro. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I was telling you even earlier, touching up on it. Like, I care more about how other people they feel and how other people are treated sometimes more than I feel about that with my damn self, you know what I mean? And that's hurtful. But when I see all these things happening, I'm a single guy. It's only time will tell before that's starting to happen to me. But when I'm watching these dudes after 25-year relationships and 3 kids and 2 college funds come to work,
you hear it every day,
distraught, homie, because their wife is fucking the fucking lawnmower, and the daughter's a fucking tranny, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I ain't lying, homie. You know what I mean? I ain't passing judgment on nobody. They're open about this. That's how I know all this. I ain't saying names, but it's like you're coming to work complaining. Why the fuck at 33 years old do I want my life to end up like that? I don't want nobody's life to end up like that. You know what I mean? These people want to be so fucking picky and so arrogant towards us who make the show run. Go do it without us.
Right.
Go make those billions and millions without us and see how far you get. You're going to get your millions, but it ain't going to be quick as a turnover as you're getting them now with 350 people man crew behind you.
How'd you feel about the strike recently?
Personally, that shit, I ain't even going to cap to you, bro. I keep it 100% a buck. That shit hit me hard, bro. I lost my apartment in the valley. I was doing really, 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 really well. And that shit, 1 month, just hit me like a ton of fucking bricks, bro. I lost my apartment, almost lost my car. I moved in with my mom.
Okay.
They say a minor setback, major comeback. Now I live, you know what I mean? I'm living pretty comfortably, knock on, you know what I mean? But that shit hit me hard. As you're asking me, how do I feel about a strike?
Well, hold on. Was it a situation where you were living beyond your means previously?
That's what I was just about to touch up on. As a means of what it is about the strike, I think that I was living a certain lifestyle that I was counting every penny type shit. You know what I mean? I was doing my thing.
You were seeing it coming in, so it's like...
Exactly. I knew where it was, how it was, when it was. So it was like I lived a little differently than other people that were just on a strike.
Right.
But the strike, I feel like you live in Los Angeles as well.
Yeah.
Everything is very, very expensive out here, bro. I'm watching it firsthand personally with my parents, you know what I mean? It's like, but this shit is a struggle out here. And my parents are 60 years old, 57, 58 years old. They can't, there's no second resort or can I do this or should I do that? It's like, but you're at an age where what's going on out here is literally taking people. If you don't have a big structured Los Angeles family that's been here since the 20s, 30s, 40s, or you're not some elite from some record company or movie industry, something executive, it's very, very hard to survive here. And I will tell you, whether you're struggling in Los Angeles, you got it all in Los Angeles.
Right.
You putting on a front in Los Angeles.
Exactly.
Or you really
about that.
Or you really staying 10 toes down and working your ass off to get what you aspire to get yourself.
Yeah.
I commend you, bro, because to do any of those 4 things, whether it's scam and jam, do it honestly, sell dope, or put all your means up and invest in yourself, which are the 4 hardest things to possibly do.
For sure.
I commend you, bro, because to get by in this state and in this county, bro, this shit will make you or break you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it will, for sure.
That shit's no joke. So,
how important is giving back to you? I know you touched on it.
Giving back to me, really, I mean, I just do it kind of like out of the kindness of my heart. I'm sporadic. Yeah, I mean, a perfect example, bro. I've fucking like last Thursday, there's this little Mexican spot called El Gringo. It's like a little hole in the wall window, but it's got like 10 tables in it. Mm-hmm. It's a cool little spot, Manhattan Beach, Mexican spot. Really good food. If you're ever out there, yeah, it's Manhattan Beach. If you're ever out there, it's called El Gringo. It's fire. So I go there, and it's like the same. The girls that work there and the 2 dudes that work there are literally there every fucking day. It's like a high school spot. They've all been working there. They're young, probably 23 at most.
Right.
And so I go there, and there's these 2 girls working, bro. They're probably like I said, 22, 23 years old. I'm eating, boom, boom, boom. And this autistic kid walks in. Well, I guess he's like a neighborhood local. You could tell he's quite autistic. And, bro, I literally sat there and ate my food. And these girls, they didn't have to do this. These girls were literally talking to this dude like he was normal, you and me, nothing wrong with him, asking him everyday life questions, how life's been. And I'm just like sitting there and I'm observing it. And I'm like, these 2 girls were raised well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I pay for my food. It's like $30, whatever. I pull out $100. And I told them straight up, like, I said, this might sound real weird. I said, I don't do it often. I said, but I have a cousin who's actually autistic. And I hope that dude in New York is getting treated the way you just treated that random ass dude who obviously comes in because you guys knew each other's names. I said, so I know it ain't much. It was like $75, $70, whatever. I said, just divvy that up between the 2 of you. I said, that was a pretty cool gesture. I just want to give that back.
That's what's up, bro.
But it's like, it ain't even with money. It's, bro, my clothes. I don't give them to fucking the blue containers. I don't give them to Goodwill. I go straight to the beach. I go straight to the neighborhoods and throw that shit out the bed of my truck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need nobody making money off my shit. Like, you know
where'd that come from, though?
That just, I don't know, bro. You gotta ask my mom's that, bro. I want to say 6th grade. My mom was a chaperone. I lived 3 hours north of New York City, right, Manhattan.
Yeah.
And we took to Annie, Get Your Gun. It's like a on Broadway show.
Okay.
Whatever it's about, I couldn't fucking tell you. I was in 6th grade.
All right.
But my mom was a chaperone. We're walking through Central Park. It's like the middle of winter, bro. It's like December. You know what I mean? And there's this dude in a box and a trash bag on the street. And I literally, not knowing, I probably shouldn't have done this, but I'm like, grab money out of my mom's purse. I grabbed $30 out of my mom's purse and handed it to this bum. My mom was tripping because she was like, where the fuck did this money go? And I'm like, oh, I gave it to the homeless guy. And she was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like, but bro, it's always just been in my heart. I grew up, like I said, my mom tried to give me everything she possibly could, but once she's tapped out, homie, and there's bills to be paid so we could survive, there's a point where she needs to tell me no, and she needs to be able to give herself lunch and give herself gas, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I learned how to kind of get it on my own. You know, it was like, there was a point where she wasn't being rude, she wasn't being mean, you can't go above and beyond mom when there's no one to go above and beyond to. You know what I mean?
How's your relationship now? Both your parents?
Me and my dad have we got a decent relationship. We talk like every other day, probably 2-3 times a week type shit. He's struggling with his own battles, you know what I mean? He's got his own demons that he fights. Right. He had a very rough upbringing. My mom, there ain't probably 5-6 hours in a day that go by I don't talk to her. You know what I mean? That's my solid, my rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's nothing. There ain't nothing that's ever going to happen to that woman if it's in my control. You know what I mean? And if it does happen, I'm going to be the one to make it better, I'll tell you that.
Are they
like the union, you know what I mean? My mom's been in the same union as me. She does cash driving, she drives a van, you know what I mean? So it's like,
oh, shit. That's what's up.
But it's a struggle for her, too, because of the seniority. And, you know what I mean? She's in a position where she's like, yo, maybe I should, You know, her and my pops are recently divorced. You know, she's a very experiential type person. She likes to go on vacation. She likes to do these things. But my pops has, you know, a little issue to where he doesn't like being around like big crowds. He doesn't like going on vacation. He's a very inside, go to the gym type
to
of
himself
person.
kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a to himself kind of guy, and it held my mom's marriage back. You know what I mean? So now that she's divorced and she's kind of been on her own for the past few years, she's had the capability of really going back to the East Coast and being with our family and shit like that. And so,
like a butterfly.
Yeah, I mean, she could put her wings out and spread, bro, which is like actually making her bro. She has been in New York for 2 months. She's paid $7,000 in rent, and she ain't even opened up the door to her fucking apartment. You know what I mean? So it's like, bro. Whatever she's doing, she's happy. And I'm not saying it's because she's not with my pops. She loves my pops. They're high school sweethearts. The chemistry between them is always... They talk every single day. Probably more than I talk to her. Right, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like there is no bad blood between them. It's just my mom needed to spread her wings, like you said, and do her little thing. And it honestly helped my pops a little bit, too, because my pops was in a bad space, too. So I kind of feel like they both...
Separation is good.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They kind of both bit the bullet to expand a little bit. So it was good. But, you know, my mom's been in New York for 2 months, and now she might move back. She might move back to the East Coast. You know what I mean? Do a whole career change, going from making what she's making out here to really stepping back. But in where she would be moving to, any place in New York other than Manhattan, is like the West Side. You got Santa Monica, you got fucking wherever. There's good and bad places to every little city in here, you know? Right. And that's everywhere you go. So yeah, it's expensive, but bro, you can live off $25-$30 an hour out there. There's a lot more jobs at your disposal out there. You know what I mean? And my mom's getting old, bro. I don't need her to work till the day she's dying. Right. If I could retire her, I'll retire her right now. But that's, you know, it's not in my capability right now, so I can't. But one day, hopefully it will be.
Are they proud of the man you've become? And do they let you know?
Look, I'll tell you right now.
Do they let you know that? I know your mom.
I will tell you this right now.
Yeah.
My mom, excuse me, I'm going to hit this.
It's not weed, by the way.
No, it's tobacco. Stupid shit. My mom and my dad are complete polar opposites. Okay. My dad did drugs his whole entire life. My dad lived a lifestyle of crime and hurt and ego. You know what I mean? And I'll talk about, you know, there's a lot of stuff people say you can't really touch. As a man, you can't touch on, you can't be emotional. I'm not being emotional. I'm just trying to let it know because as men, we're out here struggling, bro. Right. As a whole. You know what I mean? We're out here struggling. There's a lot of weak motherfuckers out here.
For sure.
Because they bottle all this shit up and they don't express this shit. So it's like, it's cool. I'll keep it real with you. My pops, he still struggles with an addiction problem. He's got about 90 days sober right now. He's 60 years old. I seen him on his 60th birthday standing outside of a bar off 2 ecstasy pills and 3 chicks around him. You know I mean? At 60. At 60. This was in August. Yeah. So it was like, for me to have that relationship with my pops and know that that's what he's doing on his 6th birthday just goes to show you where our communication lies. Right, you know what I mean? My mom is like a closed book. You know what I mean? So to get things out of her, I'm really cracking the seal. Right. Like, what did you do? She didn't smoke a cigarette in high school. She didn't pop a pill. She didn't drink liquor. But then my grandpa, my dad, my aunt, they're bringing up stories in realm of all of us being there. And she's like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like, she tried to keep it. Bro, she's a woman. I mean, you know what I mean? She's got morals. She's got dignity. She got respect. And I'm her son. I ain't her fucking homie. Yeah. You know, exactly. I speak to her and she speaks to me sometimes. Like, that's our relationship. But in long term, bro, everything I look at a woman for, everything I look at a female, whether it's my friend, my homegirl, my baby mama, my wife, hopefully they're the same person, but everything I look for, and I don't want this to sound weird, but it's like what I learned from watching my mom. Right. My mom didn't treat men like shit. My mom never got in an argument. My mom never got hit, never got beat, never got yelled at, called a name, nothing. Why? Because she's respectful too. She respects herself and she respects the man she's with. There's no need for that. You know what I mean? Right. So when I look at a female, I'm like, would my mom talk to me like that? Would my mom act like that? Would my mom get mad and do this? You know what I mean? So I kind of refer back to her, long story short. But what were we talking about? Sorry.
I was asking you, are they proud of you?
You know.
And do they let you know?
So this is, yeah. My mom lets me know. This is why I was telling you our relationship. Yeah. Because my mom lets me know everything and anything. My mom's raw. My pops is a weirdo. My pops is a big Brock Lesnar looking tough guy, and trust me, let me tell you, my dad got stabbed 19 times. I mean, my pops is
God
a thug,
bless.
if you want to call a thug, but he chilled out in his older years. But my pops is a weirdo, bro. He'll get all this info from me, and then he'll call my mom instead of jamming me up. He'll call my mom like, "Did you hear about your son?" Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yo," my mom's calling me now, like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like,
Right.
"How the fuck did you know?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so my pops is a little different in that age. But you know, my pops also, when I was growing up, I got robbed with my boy Jermaine from my bike on the beach. It was like sundown, and I went home without my Schwinn, my beach cruiser. My pops was like, "Where your bike at?" And I'm like, "We got robbed." Bro went to the drawer, pulled out a 380, got 3 clips, boom, 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 handed it to me. My mom's in the kitchen freaking the fuck out. He's like, "We're going to get your bike back."
Like that.
Yeah, but I was 13, maybe 14 years old. You know what I mean? So my pops' mentality was a little different. But my dad will always tell his friends. My dad has like this weird ego thing with me where it's like he takes advice from me and I take advice from him. But it's never been like a, "I love you" or like "you're doing good" or like, you know what I mean? It's always been like he didn't get treated a certain way with his
Yeah.
pops,
Yeah.
so he don't want to flip the script and be the first guy to treat another man like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I could feel it in my older age. In my younger age, I was rebellious too. I ain't telling my pops I love him. You know what I mean? But now as I'm getting older, I'm like, this is weird. You know what I mean? Like, I've literally played basketball with my dad one time in my whole entire life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's the weirdest thing.
Man.
But my mom, she'll call me on my shit, bro. My mom is like she's like the jurors. She's no joke, bro. She lays into me. You know what I mean? And
Well, that's good. You
that's like where I learned my lesson. Like, bro, I literally bro, I started going to church recently. Like, I started doing my thing because like I feel like, even to get off subject. Sorry, I get off subject. But her moving back to New York, like I told her, she was like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "Mom, check this out. Like, I'm not 16, 17 years old no more. Right. You don't have to worry about me. My decision making is way stronger than it's ever been. You know what I mean? My conscience is in play. Like, I'm okay right now. You know what I mean? And God willing, like, I've been put in some really bad situations financially, and I've always made it out, bro. And I've never had to like ask anybody for money or to do anything for me. I've never robbed anybody. I mean, like, when I was doing dope, if I robbed you, I was no mask on, in your crib, telling you I'm taking this and you ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? But have I ever been a thief? Right. I've never been a thief. I mean, I'll chop your fucking fingers off if you come to my house and rob me. Right. Like, I give you that respect. I would never do that. You know what I mean? Like, my mom told me, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. You know what I mean? So there's a difference in that situation. But, you know, I don't think that it's right for me to have my mom walking around wondering what the fuck is going on with her kid. I'm 33 years old, bro. That shit is down the drain, for the birds. You know what I mean? Like, so I told her when she was like, "Yo, I might move back to New York." I'm like, "Mom, do it." She's having, this ain't an interview about her, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, literally, like, this is how much she means to me, bro. This is a happy moment in my life. Like, she is having more fun in this past month and a half connecting with old friends and seeing family and just being in the mix. That she's been at it for 24 fucking years. Right. Bro, she's like, I'm like, "Yo, when you come back?" She's like, "I don't fucking know." I'm like, "Yo, what?" Like, but it is what it is, bro. It's like, bro, it feels so good to know she's just having fun. She calls me, she's like, "I met up with this person. Do you remember this person?" Bro, I moved away from them when I was 4 or 5 years old. I don't remember shit. You know? But she's loving it, bro. And it's like, it makes me so happy that she's really like experiencing life. Bro, they never went out to dinner. And it's not because my dad didn't love her or didn't want to do it. My dad just was like, my dad's the type of dude where my mom went to Paradise Cove with him and my dad looked at the menu and saw the burger was $29. He's like, "I ain't eating." And my mom's like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm not paying $29 for a burger. I got 15 patties in the freezer." Like, you know what I mean? That's my dad's mentality, bro. You put my dad in the middle of the woods with a knife, he's going to come out fat with a fucking house. Right. You know what I mean? Like, he's just that kind of dude. Like, so it's like, but my mom is more of like the let's go experience type shit. So to watch her like, "Oh, I'm going out to eat tonight," or we're cooking in the house, or we're doing, bro, I know in the back of my mom's head, my mom moved me to Los Angeles because it's the land of opportunity. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you could be whatever you want. I was a funny kid. I didn't pay attention in school. The teachers would write on my report card, this guy needs to be an actor. Like, I swear to God, bro. Like, my Miss Story, my second grade teacher, this is second grade, God willingly, bless my grandmother's soul on her life. I mean, we were supposed to read a book and write what we wrote. like we were supposed to write down what we comprehended, what the book was about on paper.
Right.
Bro, I made a whole ass story up about a mouse going to their house, getting off at the wrong bus stop, like, and she told my mom, like, straight up, like, this kid.
Yeah, good imagination.
Yeah, like like, I'm not bullshitting you. Like, this kid's fucking shit that ain't working with other people is working for him.
Right,
you know what I mean? Type shit. Like, so, but yeah, bro, it's wild.
That's good, no, and it gives you some solace in a sense that she's out there, she's having fun. You don't have to really worry about her. She's with her people.
I ain't worried about shit, bro. She calls me. This is how crazy it is too. My mom calls me and she's like, "Yo, you never believe it." I'm like, "What?" She drives like a little Mercedes. It's like, but it's a V8, so that motherfucker's a gas guzzler. How you know what I mean? So she was paying like $60, $65 to fill her tank. Now out here at Costco, she's paying like $110 for some crazy shit. So now, shit, bro, she's older, you know what I mean? So she's like complaining about this. My mom don't spend no money. She don't be going out to eat. I take her to Brizzo and like other little places, but she's like, she's willing on the back end, homie. She knows that like if she's goddamn near breaks a hip or some shit and she can't work, bro, she gotta have money saved up. You know what I mean? Because she ain't surviving off SSI type shit in LA. Right. So, she's a wild one, bro.
That's good though. I love.
She's having fun, homie. I'm happy for her. You know what I mean?
I love the joy you have talking about her.
Nah, hell yeah, that's my queen, bro. For sure.
I know you say you're 33, and it's rare that I get to say this to a person, but because I'm fucking older than you. But do you think you fulfilled your purpose in life, or you know you have a lot more to go?
Nah, you want to know what? I don't think I do, and that's like the little midlife crisis that I'm having right now.
Okay, talk about it.
You know, like I said, I moved here. First thing I had to do was fit in. You know what I mean? Every kid don't want to be looked at, picked on, doing all this shit, punked in a sense, you know what I mean? Because that's what they do out here. They punk you. They don't pick on you. Like, so it's like, when I first moved out here, I had to figure out how to adapt, how to fit in, you know what I mean? So it was hard. So then I think I started becoming like something that I wasn't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? In a sense. And I did that a lot of years, bro, through high school. Like like I said, I did some dumb shit. I hung around some people that are still my friends now, but just chose a different lifestyle. But
you was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure it out, get by type shit. You know what I mean? So now that I look at it, do I think that at 33 I'm at my full potential where I should be at 33? No way. I think that I in my life that I settled for a lot that I shouldn't have settled for, and it kind of held me back. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us do it because we got to hold this expectation of like being a man, like, you know what I mean? Can't express ourselves. We can't look stupid or look funny doing something that's going to better us. Even though it's going to better us, we're thinking about what this dude's thinking about us. You know what I mean? Like, we really can't expose what we have to expose. We got to get a lot more comfortable with like being in our skin. And I think that being comfortable being in my skin, I don't think I learned that until after I was strung out on dope, you know, still learning. You know what I mean? I did a lot of things when I was high that I think about now that I'm just like, bro, what the fuck was I doing? Right. It's like a gang member getting life in prison and sitting in prison like, damn, I really had to smoke these 3 dudes in that car for this? You know what I mean? Type shit, or like, damn, I just lost 20 years of my life for $3,000 in a safe when I thought there was $400K. You know what I mean? Type shit. Or my homie flipped on me because I thought that was my rider, and now I'm sitting here locked up. He's taking a deal for 12 months, and I'm doing 15 years. Like, come on, bro. Stupid, you know what I mean? So, like I said earlier, I learned from a lot of people's mistakes. But I think that once I got sober and I stepped into the rooms of sobriety for the first time, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not at a point in my life where I'm never going to take a drink or I'm never going to smoke weed or, you know what I mean? Right. I had a drug problem. You know what I mean? I was addicted to cocaine, lean, Xanax. I was strung out. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't good. And I was doing it every day for 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? Oh. And once I realized that what I thought was putting in work, you know what I mean? Like for yourself, really ain't putting in work for yourself.
Right.
And when I saw these men, I got 3 homies that did it. When I saw these men turn the same money that I was making into millions of dollars, a family, a crib, a nice car, I'm like, yo, there's some structure behind this. Well, and what I'm learning and being taught, it's cool, but I know it's not right. You know what I mean? It's like the let's bend the corner type shit. Right. You know? I'm trying to be on the LLC. Let's write it off on our taxes, use our business credit cards to buy our cars, write off a home office. You know what I mean? To leave this shit to my kids.
Right.
I'm not trying to worry about having $50K at the end of the month and maybe the next 3 months have zero.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where there is a will, there's a way. But I never learned to like buckle down. I never had the structure showing me like, okay, if you save 100K and you fucking piss your pants, but give it to this person to invest. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like it's just real life, bro. You got to invest in yourself. And I learned like with the rooms of sobriety, bro, watching from people I did not know and then watching people I did know.
Right.
You could really make whatever the fuck you want out of yourself.
So but
it's like-minded people. It's like, bro, that's how the Jews stay rich. You know what I mean? It's like they keep around their pets. How there's Armenians people fucking stay rich.
Passing the knowledge.
It's all they do, bro. They don't keep it outside the circle. They keep it in the circle, and that's what it is. And if you join your own circle or you join a diverse circle or whatever it is, get in where you fit in. Those are your people. You're going to work good together. Do it. Because I've tried to do business with family and friends, and they both got fucking fucked. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just really got to dedicate that time to yourself, bro. You really gotta have belief in yourself, bro. You gotta have faith. Like I was not a believer of faith. I was a very like negative person. Like this ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna short myself and do this. Once faith hit me for the first time, I was like, no way. Then it hit me for the second time. This is in person transaction. I'm like, damn, that wasn't meant to be. The third time, my homie Matt from the Valley, he hits me up. He's like, yo, you want to go to church? I'm struggling, bro. Damn near, bro. So when I was getting high, I fucking took my mom I took her on a high-speed chase, PCH, up to Pain Candy, down the 101, back to the marina.
Moms.
Collapsed. I'm in my dad's clothes. I've been out for like 3 days. The sheriffs just picked me up, sleeping outside my homie's house. And I get to my house, and I'm like, I'm about to do some real demonized shit, bro. I don't even want to talk about it, but like, there's to someone else. But I get in my room, I grab my pistol, and I'm thinking, I'm about to commit suicide, bro. Fuck this shit, you know what I mean?
At what age? What age was this?
I was like 2016. What are we in 2024? So this was 8 years ago. I'm 33. I was 35.
Okay.
I mean, I was 25.
No,
sorry.
he was 25.
And so I'm like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Boom. I'm ready to blow my brains out. My mom comes running in my fucking room. This is at her house. I live down the street. And she comes running in my room. I had an air mattress in her room. And the fucking thing I thought was inflated, I sat down on it. Boom, hit the ground. So she comes running in. She thought I fucking doop. And so she's like, what the fuck? She sees my gun. And I start telling, long story short, everybody's crying. I'm crying. She's crying. I'm breaking down. I'm like, dude, I had enough of this shit. I can't deal with this shit no more. I fall asleep. They go to the gym. They leave all the car keys. This is my third shot in faith right here, homie. I wake up. I see the keys. I'm like, yo, anybody home? Nobody's home. I take the fucking car. I go to Whole Foods on Lincoln and Rose. Every time I was like just high on dope, a couple days run, I'd go get a pitaya smoothie at Whole Foods, like this pink berry, super rejuvenative. And I see my boy, he's walking up, and he had just got out of rehab, 90 days sober. I had no idea. He owed me some money. And I see him, and I'm like, dude, what's up? You know? And he's like, bro, I'm sober. I'm about to meet my sponsor. He's like, you look like fucking hell. He's like, stay right here. Long story short, this goofy-ass white dude walks up to me, his fucking hair in his face. I can't even see his face. And he's like, what's up, bro? I'm happy. And I'm like, looking at this dude, and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, like, and he's like, man, I'm Ben's sponsor, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like thrown off, you know? Long story short, he tells me straight up, he's like, you want to get sober and change your life? He's like, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no fucking way, bro. Long story short, I'm going to keep you on that. That dude changed my fucking life. I hate him to this day. He's a fucking weirdo. Hate is a strong word, but that dude crossed some boundaries with me. He would pop up at my sober livings. He wasn't even my sponsor. He'd be in the kitchen. I mean, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like, you need to separate yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is you're on some weirdo shit. But yeah, him and my boy Ben, they saved my life.
And you thank him for it now?
Yeah. No. I definitely owe it all. Ben saved my fucking life.
Respect to Ben. What advice would you give your younger self, 19 and 20-year-olds?
Go back to school.
I know it's only been like 13 years, but
honestly, bro, go back to school.
Okay. And
I ain't even front. Just pay attention.
Pay attention.
You know what I mean? I'm getting old now, and I'm figuring out, like, bro, sometimes I have a hard time reading some shit, or like, you know, I'm writing down. Even in my text message, I abbreviate words all the time instead of like writing, spelling out the full word. So it's just like, Sometimes you know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not stupid, but it's just like, damn, what the fuck? I'm not 13 either, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So I keep that spell check on you. I mean, it does me a favor. You know, but yeah,
pay attention and go to school. Actually take advantage of school.
Yeah. And bro, I'm telling you right now, listen to your fucking parents. If somebody is trying to give you good advice, you know what I mean? They're older than you.
Right.
Even if it sounds whacked out, just fucking absorb it. Because there's bits and pieces you can take from everything.
Right.
Bro, I've taken advice from crackheads, homie. Yeah. Why? Because they're smart. They're just crackheads and they can't do what the fuck they wanted to do. They're in a position where they ain't doing it. Bro, they're alcoholics. These motherfuckers can't get out the RV or they can't get off the beach. Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're watching everybody around you fucking glow up, but you can't do shit. But I'm taking advice from them too. Why? Because they're telling me what they regret not doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's other people that won't tell you they're millionaires and they won't even tell you how the fuck they became a millionaire.
That's a fact.
That bum on the corner may know how to be. He may have been a millionaire. He's just in a bad situation.
Right past him because he's a bum.
Bro, I never judge a book by its cover ever in my life, bro. You know what I mean? I learned that. Living out here, I learned that. You know, especially living in Venice, very, 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 very diverse community. Being white is, I mean, I'm not going to say it's hard, but you definitely, if you ain't dressing like this type of shit, they ain't looking at you like you're the homie. They're looking at like you. I'm not going to walk through Inglewood in a fucking tuxedo.
Right.
You know, they're going to be like, what the fuck? Who is this narc?
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, it was definitely, there was definitely a gist to it for sure. I remember not being even allowed in my homie's house because his grandma didn't fuck with white people like that. You know what I mean? So it was like, that took me a couple years. And now that woman has my heart, bro. That's like when my grandma passed away, I went directly to that woman and poured my heart out. And that woman is I talk to her on the phone. I go to her house when her nephews and nieces ain't there.
Was that your first form of racism?
Oh, 100%. Bro, being called a white boy when I hit 9th grade was my first form of racism.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I have it tattooed on my stomach. That's my nickname from my neighborhood. They call me white boy. You know what I mean? So it's just how you adapt, bro. That's what it all comes down to. It's like, bro, these dudes didn't hate me. They tested me.
Right.
I watched them test 15 other black kids. I watched the Mexicans test 13 other fucking Mexican kids. They tested them the same way, but because it's different race, people have a different way of looking at it. I looked at it a certain way, and then once I got a little bit older, I'm like, I'm smoking blunts with them. We're chilling. We're doing missions. You know what I mean? It's
right.
We on the same page, bro. But in my head, I got too many people from too many different places, bro. I'm too diverse as a person.
Tied in.
I talk to everybody, and now I'm not disrespectful. If there's personal shit going on between you and that person, I'm not gonna talk to you and then talk to you and let you know what I mean. That's not my get down. Right. But it's just like I got Crip homies, I got Blood homies, I got SA homies, I got White homies, I got, you know what I mean. I got motorcycle homies. You know what I mean? I'm just in the middle, bro. I'm just making it work.
You got any regrets in life?
Regrets?
Or you got to learn to live with them?
This is what I think, bro, about regrets. Anger is a feeling, and usually people move off feelings, they move off anger, and they move off emotion. All that is conscious, because no one's ever done that, in my eyes, and never thought twice about it, or said to themselves, what if? So to have a regret, you consciously made the decision. I don't regret shit, bro. I really don't, to be honest. I mean, do I think that I could have gone about things a different way? 100%. But am I alive? Am I free? I have good relationships with people. I don't have to look over my back. You know what I mean? So there was light at the end of the tunnel. So I look back, I could regret it because I might not have $500K in the bank driving a Bentley truck and living in the beach in Malibu.
But that's material.
But that's materials. Yeah. So when I look at what I do have, and I'm grateful for what I got and where I'm at, and I got all my limbs, my mouthpiece is working, like blood's flowing, heart's pumping, homie, come on, brother. You can't ask. My dad, bro, my fucking pops told me this 2 years ago, maybe 3 now. He said, you want to know how greedy we are as Americans? He goes, we flush our shit and piss in a toilet bowl full of clean water, and you got people in other countries walking with buckets on their heads and using their children to carry buckets to get clean water back to their fucking towns and cities.
Respect. Yeah.
So when you put that in perspective into all different ways of life, bro, You ain't gonna catch no woman walking down the street and walking down 6th and Central in LA with a bucket of water on her head. But you know what? She might be pushing a grocery cart that's too heavy for her to be pushing because she just maxed out her fucking EBT card to get her daughter who's 15 having a baby that she's taking care of and it's living on the living room floor. You never know, bro. You can't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean?
So it's funny, real quick, I like to always make this note to the person that I'm interviewing. This series called Why Me? And you telling your story and everything like that is a good time to let you know why I call it Why Me. It's not why me, woe is me, but it's like why did God chose me to overcome these situations and become anew as you are now. You feel me?
So
that's not a question. That's
okay, for sure.
I'm just letting you know. You feel me? But if you want to answer it,
I appreciate that.
Go ahead.
Because I think about every situation in my life. I think about why me. That's always the second thing that runs through my head after I elaborate the answer that I get for either yes or no. Yeah. Why me yes or why me no? You know what I mean? But I will tell you, with I think that I've formed. Bro, the past couple of years, like you said, we were on strike. We're doing this thing with COVID. Work's slow. You got bills. I lost an apartment. You sit back and you think, why me? You know what I mean? And you could turn that into a negative or you could turn it into a positive. And what I did was I started turning everything into a positive. Anything I woke up, I did a gratitude list of everything I was grateful from the day before, my past, my present, my future.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I got a good fellowship of guys that I talk to. Some people, like my homies, that, oh, you're with these fools, you changed up. Why did I change up, homie? Because I'm trying to do better in life.
Right.
You look at the shit you're complaining to me about, and look at the shit I'm complaining to you about. It's the same thing. I'm trying to make shit work. If I fail, I fail, bro. But you're sitting in misery. Right. You could be doing the same shit as me. Come on, bro. It's a team, you know? But,
you wrestle with the why me question.
Yeah, it's getting comfortable in your own skin. So what I realized was I was going back to what I was saying, trying to do things that weren't really me, be outside my realm, bro. At my heart, I'm a country boy. You catch me in some fucking cowboy boots, some blue jeans, and a motherfucking t-shirt on any given day.
Right.
But you'll also catch me in some gallery, some Hellstar, you know what I mean? Some Fresh Fazos type shit. Right. I like to get fresh, but then there's other times I might be wearing, I might be in some sweatpants outside at Maestro's. You know, so getting comfortable and serving your own purpose, I learned through, I ain't a Bible thumper, homie, but I learned through AA, watching my own homies go through this program and bettering themselves, and they were in probably worse positions than I've ever been in.
Right.
And listening, not even watching, just listening when I go to church. You really, bro, this shit is real. Like, you give good energy, you get good energy, you have faith, and faith will answer you, bro. Like, this shit is no joke. I've never in my life stepped in a church. I used to go to motherfucking, what's it called? I was raised Catholic. I go to a Christian church now because I'm into, it's more of like they just praise. They don't really, you're not on your knees praying and you're not, they just talk experiences to you and it kind of just hits you and glues to you where it can, you know, and it's all tied into one though at the end, you know, and so I used to go to, what's it called, just to fuck with chicks and bob for apples and what's it called? Not group, what's it called when you go and do all the festivities for the kids and shit for church? Youth group.
Youth group, yeah.
I used to go to youth group, you know what I mean? I used to never go in the church, bro. I used to wait for everybody to come outside. You know what I mean? I'm being dead real with you. Yeah. Used to fuck with my neighbor's daughter. Like, that was the reason why I went. Like, I didn't go for anything else. Right. And then my mom tried to put me in, like, a little summer Catholic program. Yeah, right. That was not happening. Right. Like, I don't know if you ever seen Problem Child, but bro,
I love the Problem Child.
Bro, my grandma used to play that for me to go to sleep. She used to tell me all the time, this is you, this is you. Like, bro, that's 100% of me. I remember I was taking a dump one time and I fucking had her lighter. She smoked cigarettes in the bathroom. I grabbed her lighter. I lit the fucking shower curtain on fire. Just like Rebel, you know, just dumb, fucking stupid kid. Crazy. But, you know, it goes back, like I was saying, to like the faith part and the aspect of that. Like, dude, that's why. And like my biggest purpose is, bro, like I say this like with all due respect, like unity, bro. It's so crazy to me that people never turn around and look because they're so caught up in what is going on and what the problem is. I get that, but like you never hear or see a white person speaking from the community of a community that's being damaged or torn down or gentrified. You know what I mean?
Why
You hear from the white people moving in or the news reporter. Of course, they got a different view and perspective on it. But it's different when you're white and you grow up in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? You have a different perspective, and I just think that like, you know, speaking like this type shit, you know what I mean? Maybe producing, directing, getting a show out there, a movie. Like, you got to send the message into the way that the people want to receive it. I can't go stand on a corner holding a fucking sign.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but everybody's cooped up at their crib. They're all on Netflix. They're all on fucking YouTube. You know what I mean? Type shit. So it's like, you gotta put it in people's faces,
You
bro.
gotta reach the people.
That's how you got to do it. So it's like, where it comes down to answer your question, like, why me? I think that, like, I could die tomorrow, but I'd be on Instagram posting like major inspirational shit, just shit that hits me or may have hit me and it got me through it, or it was just a mindset that I had to put myself into to get through whatever I was trudging through. Like, you know, and there's been a lot of people that have hit me up like, yo, I don't know why, but everything you post hits me, or like, this really got me through my day, or yo, this happened and I read this and it just happened to be like an hour after it happened, I saw your story. Like, bro, I'm just hitting it off the dome, you know what I mean? Shit, I'll be at work, shit just comes to my head, I'm boom right there, because I know I don't have 1 million followers. I got like fucking 600 followers, 800 followers. I don't even pay attention to that shit. But that's, in my eyes, 800 people that may be reading that shit.
Somebody's seeing that.
And if somebody, I know that I'm not the only motherfucker that's feeling this way. Man, woman, you know what I mean? Black, white, Mexican, Asian, like, it is what it is, bro. And it's just, it may not hit as many people as I'd like it to, but it might make somebody have that confidence in spreading their message.
Right.
And spread. It's just a domino effect. You know what I mean? Somebody in my life right now I'm dealing with, and it's just like the same thing. I tell that person like, yo, you gotta reach out to your mom. Don't have that resentment. You know what I mean? Reach out to her.
Right.
See what's up. And if you get the wrong answer, something you ain't looking for,
but you did it.
At least you know
that's off your
you came to terms with it, and that's her decision. It ain't yours.
Exactly.
You don't know if your decision is coinciding with hers or making it good or bad. You know what I mean? Like, just try it out.
Right. Right.
So it's like, I just try to push people in the right direction, bro. Because growing up, I wasn't the happiest. Like I said, I watched my mom struggle. I lived with a sick grandmother. My grandfather cheated on my grandmother her whole entire life. She was depressed, smoked weed, popped Xanax. I mean, I'm 5, 6 years old. I'm wilding. Right. You know what I mean? Going crazy, knowing that no one can stop me. I have no man in my life, and my mom is 2 hours away working. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it was crazy, bro. But a lot of it, just the way I act today and the things that I do today and try to carry myself and just do things is like from mistakes that I made
along the way.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like being young and just being naive and greedy, and you know what I mean? It's just selfish. It
comes with age.
It comes with age, bro. You know what I mean? So now I'm just like the polar opposite. It's like people look at me like, I go on a new job and they look at me like I'm fucking the devil, and then they hear me have a conversation and speak to someone. They're like, "Oh my god, you're so sweet." And I'm like, "Why wouldn't I be?" You know what I mean? It's just like
perception.
It's just perception, you know. It's like, but I never in my life, bro, judge a book by its cover. I learned that, bro, and it's hard. There's a lot of people out here struggling. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that's got to adapt to a new lifestyle or way of living. The price of wages, taxes, gas,
shit,
groceries, everything's up. Like,
all that shit.
Can't raise a fucking family, bro. You need fucking 8 jobs right now to raise a family.
So where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now? You'll be what, 43?
I'll be 43 years old. Yeah, 10 years. My birthday's the 4th of July, so I'm coming up on 34. Shit.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself, bro?
5 to 10 years. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to get out of the studio industry that we're in.
Will it even be around?
That's the thing, you know what I mean? So it's like, I was never someone, but I'm 10 steps, I'm very innovative, you know what I mean? I've been saying this since the day I got in, because gladly I've had parents and grandparents that were in the industry.
Right.
And I watched everything change, you know what I mean? And yeah, bro, I don't think that we're gonna be needed the way that we're needed now, you know? So I would hate to be someone who's on the tail end of the train, and when shit hits the fan, they got no time to work for it.
Right.
You know, it's even like when the strike was going on, I would be, like I said, I'd post on Instagram like, bro, wake up, smell the roses. I mean, we might be going back to work, but it may not be as busy. You may need a second income. Like, take this as a gift. Don't take it as a curse. You know what I mean? This might be God opening everybody's eyes. For like, yo, this is what's going to happen.
Get to yours.
You know what I mean? Get to it. Do what you got to do. You got to sell a car, or you're side by side, or, you know what I mean? Move into an apartment from your crib. Do what the fuck you got to do, but it's coming.
real.
You know, and now it's like there's another strike potential. IATSE and the Teamsters, you know, we're coincided for the first time.
You want to talk about that? You want to touch on it?
I don't know. No, but you know, there's a lot of potential on a strike, but you know, there's a lot of people that's humanity. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at wages, bro. I put it to you this way. If you're getting paid this much money and you're struggling, and I'm not in nobody's business, I ain't counting nobody's motherfucking pockets.
Right.
If you're struggling, there's one reason. You're living amongst your means.
Right.
I can tell you this firsthand. Why? Because I was living amongst my means during the strike, and I lost everything that I worked my fucking ass off for, other than my vehicle. You know what I mean? I came back a little harder than I lost. Great, fucking thank God. But, you know what I mean? I can't take it for granted no more. So when people get in and they're having kids and buying boats and houses and doing, bro, you might have to slow down. Yeah. The industry don't need to change because of you. You need to change and notice that you're a fucking truck driver, homie. You know what I mean? You ain't fucking the Wolf of Wall Street, bro. You go try to work for fucking some truck driving over the road, you're going to make $25 an hour. You better slow your roll. You know, and there's a lot of people, bro,
but a lot of people have to learn that like you did, though.
That's the thing. You got to hit rock bottom.
Coming into this shit, like, the money is fast. Like, hey, this shit coming, bro.
Bro, every Thursday you wake up, you work so much Monday through Thursday, you don't even know it's Thursday. You check your bank account, you're like, damn, another $350, another $3,500, another, you know what I mean? You're easy like, what?
Easy call.
It's how it gets you, though. Bro, I'm not into politics either, but you know what I mean? It's just the movie industry, bro. This shit is a black hole, bro. They start throwing that money at you. You start losing all hindsight. You lose faith in yourself. You lose confidence. It's like a revolving door. Self-respect. You ain't going to funerals, weddings, birthdays. You ain't watching your kid graduate. None of that. You're a slave to some motherfucking old Asian or old white dude who's fucking making all this money from you doing all the work to put it out. Man, fuck all that, homie. We're better than that. And if I got to be the only motherfucker who thinks that way, I will be. No, but I'm sick of being 33 years old and doing that. I'll tell you that. All these people, well, what do you think you're going to do? I'm going to figure it the fuck out like I have been the past 33 years.
That was my next question. What's your end game?
I mean, my end game, bro, is like, honestly, I want to do something to where it's either in like the fitness, health industry or something that's along the lines of like, I don't want to say comedy, but like something along the lines of like producing and directing. I got a lot of ideas, but they're not made up ideas. These are life valued lessons that I've been through. That I mean, bro, growing up in LA is a movie, right? You know what I mean?
For sure.
And everybody around the world is like grasping.
Shout out Vince Staples, his new show.
Straight up, though, on Netflix, he's killing it.
That shit hard.
You know, it's like you gotta put the message out. You know what I mean? And let people gotta steer away from personality, and they gotta steer into morals and dignity, bro. Because we're not gonna want the same things, but I know you're gonna want that milk and cereal to feed your kid, and I know you're gonna want that fucking chicken and eggs to eat dinner. Right. The same way I'm gonna want to do the same shit. You know what I mean? And that's like where it boils into. So it's like, would I see myself doing in 5 years, bro? Honestly, I just want to start sending a message. You know what I mean? I just want to send a message, and however it works, it works. I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up what I got. What I got is a blessing. I never thought I'd be making this money on the books. Right. I never thought I'd be doing taxes. Exactly. So, you know what I mean? It's like to be able to do...
giving taxes?
You do, like doing my own. I had to pay one year, but no, it's like we got that all figured out. Thank God. Yeah. But, you know what I mean? I never thought that... I would never thought that the IRS would be paying me money. Yeah. It's my money. But I never thought like this would be a scenario in my life. You know what I mean? Right. I honestly didn't think I was going to be 30 years old. So it was like,
why did God choose me?
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what it is, bro. And it's respect. It's kind of just bro. Like, everything is faith. I mean, no matter the decision makings that I make and things against me and what I want and what I need are wrong and it kills me. Right. You know, everything I do is in faith, bro. And that's where I leave everything in God's hands, bro. And I've never done that. I've been doing it for the past like year and a half, and shit has just been great. I don't worry about shit. I don't look in the rear view. My past don't haunt me. Right. The ex-bitch that I lost or left don't, you know what I mean? Like, why is it nothing, bro? I don't give a fuck. I be in the crib looking at the ocean, watching some TV. Right. You know what I mean? Waiting for that alarm clock to go off, because in the all ends, I'm blessed, homie. You know what I mean? I'm going to work. I'm getting a fucking paycheck. My bills are paid. I might not be eating Ruth's Chris every night, but you know what I mean? You go to Trader Joe's and get yourself a little ribeye and season it yourself.
Well, we're going to end it like
Yeah.
that, baby boy. I appreciate
for
you
sure.
coming through
Yeah, no.
and sitting down, man.
Yeah,
Honestly,
100%.
I respect it, and
Thank you for having me.
giving people, some time to let them get another perspective on another upbringing. You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
Yeah.
And again, man, thank you for the time, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
you
And
for
you're gonna
having
be joining us on the podcast, our next podcast,
Yes,
right?
sir. 30th.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Episode 30.
Come
It's on the
on,
way.
man.
You feel me? But again, man, thank you, Roy.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
And
Thank you for having me.
we're gonna do it again. And if you ever need a platform to express anything, like a show, whatever, a segment, you feel me? This A-Line, we got you, baby.
Yeah, facts.
You feel me?
We're pushing it.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
do it. Again, man, thank you, man. We out.
Thank
It's
you.
another one.